What is up, everybody? I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we are
on the other side
with Hill City Paranormal. You know I can't talk half the damn time. I don't know what happened. Leah with the big pink hand, but there's no big pink hand.
Leah, where is she?
Is that the same Leah?
I don't know. I think so.
I don't think so.
I think it is. She just forgot her pink hand.
I'm really upset if there's not a pink hand. Mama D in the house.
Hello,
what's up, Mama D?
How you doing?
Mama D, Mama D, Mama D.
$5 to the mall.
There we go. I knew it was there.
Told you. No, you didn't. You said it wasn't her.
I said I knew it was there.
Leah, you ought to be offended because she said that wasn't.
No,
that
because
wasn't
her name is not normally on there like that.
That's Leah.
You didn't put up your big hand.
I don't like putting my hand on this camera because it makes my hand look way bigger than what it is. My hand is really not this big, y'all. I promise.
Speaking of hands, I've been reading a lot about this M. If you're like a chosen one, not like an M. My hand's too white. I can't do it. My hand's too white.
And then people gonna be saying I'm with the Illuminati.
Illuminati? Ronnie Anderson with Bedford Paranormal.
People gonna say I'm evil and I'm practicing witchcraft and some more shit. What's up, Ronnie? Ron Dog.
Ronnie
is not at a cookout tonight.
It's too cold for a cookout.
Ronnie will still be there with shorts and Crocs. I'm talking about his hey dude.
His hey dude.
Never catch you in no hey dude.
I believe though in this weather he might have some snow pants and boots.
I got on my hook boots tonight.
Michael Brooks, Fredericksburg Paranormal.
What's up, Michael?
How are you? How are you? I'm going to wait for a couple more people to tune in here, but we have an interesting topic for you guys tonight. It is 17 degrees. Right now, it is 28, but I want to know what it feels like is. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I was out there and they're going to go pick my deer up tonight.
Feels like.
Pick my deer meat.
What's up? I'm a cat guy. It feels like it's 25. Oh my God. Did I just like... Okay.
Shout out Backroads Butcher, by the way.
He has Crocs on tonight. I'm a cat guy. Said too mainstream. What's too mainstream?
Mainstream.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's cold. Either way, it's cold. 17 degrees, 25 degrees. Anything under 50 for me is too cold.
Maybe we're too mainstream.
Maybe.
We're very far from mainstream.
I don't know. But tonight's topic
underground
is going to be, do ghosts feed off of your energy? Ghosts
do the ghostesses
feed off of your energy? More often than not, guys, we find ourselves going into haunted locations. And the very first thing we do is we take our little piece of equipment and we walk around and we say, are there any spirits in here that want to communicate?
Look what her main piece of equipment is, Ronnie.
Okay.
Her main piece of equipment.
That's my main piece. You're right, because I'm live. That was a huge jump. Whoa. All right. So Ronnie says, yes, ghosts feed off of our energy. So then after we take our little piece of equipment and we ask everybody, is there anybody here that wants to communicate? Okay. We then at that point find ourselves sometimes making the mistake by saying, when we're not getting a response, things like, do you need more energy? You can take my energy if you need to communicate. I wish I had like a buzzer right there. Okay, that was my buzzer. That is like the number one rookie mistake, I believe, when ghost hunting, guys. No, that's not my favorite piece of equipment, Ronnie. Sean be lying. He just got caught again because I thought it was a REM pod, Sean. Make up your mind. I believe spirits can be given energy.
I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
I wouldn't say it's a rookie mistake, though.
I mean, I call a spade a spade.
I mean, mediums, don't they allow spirits to use their energy, certain mediums?
Well, I guess that was poor choice of wording, maybe. But
What's up, Mr.
If you are not Mr. Andrew with the elf. I love
Andrew.
it. The gnome. I guess if you are practiced at it and you utilize your protection and set yourself up for success, it might be a good idea. But I'm talking just your basic like ghost hunter. Like if you're going out, I've seen it more often than not, where people are walking into locations and they're saying things like, you can utilize our energy. You can utilize my energy. I was one of those people. And I could not figure out why I was leaving investigations so drained. And it was taking me like days to recover. Like I was back in my early 20s, like clubbing. And, that's why I want to know if you guys in the comments agree with ghosts being able to feed off your energy. Robert White said don't give full access. Ronnie said they definitely feed off your energy for sure. Okay. So, many theories suggest, and this is me going theory on you guys, okay? Many theories suggest that ghosts, especially negative or low vibration spirits, can and will feed off of human energy. Particularly strong emotions like fear, distress, anger. This will leave people feeling drained, tired. It will cause people to get emotionally negative. This isn't like a scientific fact, but it's just a concept or a theory, again, in spiritual and paranormal discussions where spirits might attach to people or places in order to siphon life force because they're weak or confused in the physical world and they actually need that energy. So ghosts, like I said, especially those that are attached to the earthly plane, can become very weak, and at that point they need human energy to sustain themselves. It's an emotional fuel for spirits. Strong negative emotions create powerful energy that spirits can feed on, making them feel stronger and make them more active. Vulnerability. Spirits will often target people who are emotionally vulnerable or empaths, as they have easier access into their energy field. So unless you're taking like proper precautions when going into a location to protect your energy field and not allow just everything in and open up that wide open door, you could become very easily vulnerable in a situation. Think about it, guys. We're already going into a haunted location, okay? And so our senses are heightened. Whether we say we're scared or not, there is kind of a sense of fear. You're going into a new location. You don't know what's going on. It's dark. You've never been there before. You don't know the ins. You don't know the outs. I watched an episode of a ghost hunting show last night, and this is a very well versed ghost hunting team, and the panic set in because they couldn't find the exit. It was just as simple. They couldn't find the exit. They knew where it was. They told themselves that, I need to remember where this is, but the location was set up like a maze. So once they went on the tour with their guide, it's like they got turned around on accident. So, I love places like, and Ronnie, I'm going to put your plug in here. I love places like, I think it's St. Albans has like the colorful rope. And they say, if you come back to this light, I can't remember if it's blue or green, but if you come back to these lights and follow that light, you will find the base, where you need to be. What's up, Michelle Wilfong with the haunted apartment?
Michelle.
I loved her video the other day. She was talking to the ghost. She was she was standing there and she was just having a full-on conversation like they live there. It's green. I knew it was blue or green. All right. Let's see. Yes, a fear of the unknown. It's automatically there in all of us.
That's true.
Energy can be drawn from anywhere, people, weather, CMEs, correct? Yeah, so places like St. Albans. St. Albans has a great setup there. If you find your way back to the green rope light, you can find your way back to home base and to the exit. But in some places that like happen on TV and stuff like that, they're going into a lot of abandoned buildings and they don't really know what they're approaching. There was a lot of rookie mistakes that I saw on this episode last night. I know Ronnie up here had mentioned rookie. There was a lot of mistakes, like I said, that I was able to point out. 1A, they went into an abandoned location. They started exploring. There was actual living people in there that were performing rituals. Nobody on the team was armed. Nobody had any weapon or form of protection whatsoever. Not only was there another
They were in California, though.
group of people in there that were performing demonic rituals, because they did find some animal sacrifices in this said episode. But on the way out of the building where these people ran out, they stole all the SD cards out of the ghost hunters cameras on the way out. That I thought was genius. I'm like, man, these guys are career criminals. Like, they thought enough to stop, realize there was a camera. Oh, I'm sure it was, Ronnie. I'm absolutely sure it was. It was Ghost Adventures. It was his newest one.
All the ghost shows are staged.
But I will
TV,
say there was one thing that happened that had me questioning and kind of on the fence if it was staged. So before they went back in the building, apparently they hired a private security officer to patrol. Okay. This said security officer was patrolling with the tech guy and saw, and I'm putting this in air quotes, what they claimed to have been a female apparition. Now, this security guard that they hired, his face said that that wasn't very staged because he looked like he was about to say, F all of the money you just paid me. I don't give a shit. I'm out of here. So I don't know if that part was staged or what part was staged. I did find it a little bit funny that, they rolled up on the group of demon worshipers and they had enough time while being chased out of the building to grab, what was it, like 3 or 4 different cameras, SD cards. I did think that was a little bit weird. But the point of this is there's a lot of rookie mistakes that we make, and all we can do is learn from them. And all we can do is try not to do them the next time. Let's see. The weather plays a part with energy. I agree with that. I do.
Yeah.
Mom said spirits can latch on, have one too many drinks, and find out. Haha. Lord. Not all project fear or destruction fear. Ronnie is recommending these shows. But moving on. Signs that your energy could be being drained by a spirit are feeling exhausted, worn out, or heavy after an experience. If you suddenly get negative emotions like distress, fear, anger, if you feel a presence or heaviness in a room, those are all signs of an energy drain. And Sean, I know you've shared it before. You recently in Gettysburg had an experience with an energy drain where there was a sudden, like, overwhelming sense of anger. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So at the Rainworth Lodge, I was in a blacksmith shop. Those of y'all that watched us for a while. What's up, Jeremy?
You and me both.
Shout out Beyond the Badge.
Yes.
Old Jeremy
Signal
Lefevre.
Network.
Also check his videos out. His content's on the Signal Network. You can check him out.
Lord.
I've watched every episode so far, I believe. I think I'm caught up.
Yeah, we're caught up.
Part 2 of the Doss House was our last one, right?
Yep.
I think I'm correct, Jeremy. Part 2 of the Doss House is the last episode y'all did. We've watched them all. But anyway.
Yeah, check them out.
Y'all check out Beyond the Badge, content for a cause. We love you too, brother.
We need your autograph, Jeremy.
Yeah, we need his autograph. We're the little dogs in the field. But I was in Gettysburg at the Rainworth Lodge in the blacksmith shop. I've been in the blacksmith shop a lot. Never had any issues. Chris Mendez and I were in there investigating together. He leaves me in there about a good amount of time. And I was investigating by myself. I started hearing a bunch of noise in there, a bunch of footsteps, a bunch of banging on the walls. And all of a sudden, Chris comes back in there and he told me he saw a bunch of lights around me, a bunch of shadows moving behind me. And he was talking to me, explaining something to me, and I couldn't understand what he was saying. It was a bunch of gibberish. And then his face started to distort.
Hey, Brian, Amy, happy snow day.
All of a sudden, when he was, he just started looking at me very angrily, like very mad. And we both agreed it was time to take a break at that moment. When we walked out of the blacksmith shop, everything was okay. We were both fine. We sat on the back of the truck, smoked some cigars just to decompress. If anybody knows what smoking cigars does during an investigation, do some research.
It's equivalent to saging.
Right. And yeah, so it was definitely an experience, but something definitely tried to latch on to me at that moment. I remember watching the tape back though, and it wasn't his face distorting and contorting, it was mine actually. And Robert, we live, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about that, Sean, is didn't you say that Chris actually said he started getting pissed off at you for no reason?
Right. Chris
just no reason.
Yeah, Chris said he just started getting pissed off just for no reason. He was just mad at me.
And the crazy thing about it is I remember being on split screen with
y'all know Chris, he's never angry.
At all.
Never.
But the crazy thing is I remember being on split screen with y'all, but I had y'all muted because we were investigating, just like you had us muted because you were investigating, but the live chat. And Robert was, I think, in the live that night. And I remember telling everybody in the chat, I said, hey guys, something's wrong. I'll be right back. Watch my equipment. I need to go outside. Something's wrong, because I could see it on your guys' faces. That right there, guys, is how a team of people operate in the field. And I'm not saying we're perfect, but know your team. If you know your team, you can identify, know yourself. Like, screw the team, know yourself too. If you can identify that there is an issue, remove yourself from that location, take a breather, reset, cleanse, and then tackle it again. You'll be golden for the remainder of the night.
Well, Jeremy, watching one of his episodes, he was doing a spirit box session, and all of a sudden he just starts laughing for no reason. And he just starts laughing hysterically, and his team got hurried up and got him out of there because they recognized that Jeremy was not.
And Jeremy, you were being combative towards your team, Jeremy.
Jeremy, I'm not going to lie. Jeremy, if you're still in here, that episode I've probably watched like 10 times because you had me laughing.
Jeremy's like, "Why y'all taking me out of here?"
Like I had funny thoughts.
Not that we're laughing about something being latched on.
We're not laughing.
You and your personality was great. Because I was like, Jeremy, I was yelling at the TV.
Yeah, Jeremy, we were literally sitting here like, Jeremy, what's so funny, man? Get out of there.
I'm like, get him out of there. Get him out of there. Then everybody is trying to get you out of there. And I'm like,
and he's just standing laughing.
Stop fighting them.
And his team was like, Jeremy, stop it. So listen, Jeremy, we're not laughing at the situation. But listen, Jeremy, those of y'all who don't know who Jeremy Lefevre is, he is with Beyond the Badge Paranormal. They're a team full of law enforcement and
first responders.
And they also are they're a very influential team. They work with people also outside of the paranormal. If you need help with any mental health issues, you can come to those guys, and they put you in touch with the right people to get help for that. So check out Beyond the Badge. Go to their Facebook, their socials, and give them a like. Jeremy's a good guy. I like Jeremy. I like his team. I've hung out with those guys and talked to them a few times.
Emily, Lost Souls PI.
They're great guys to follow. Go look at their content on the Signal Network. They've got some good content, good videos to watch.
For sure.
They're awesome.
Hey, Lois.
We definitely at Hill City Paranormal support them a lot.
Hashtag content for a cause. Got it. Yeah. So Jeremy said it was a weird moment. He was really confused, and that shit was real as fuck.
Yeah, I remember him saying afterwards in a video that he was confused. He didn't even understand what was going on.
Yeah, he had no idea why they were removing him from a building. Like, he had no idea.
Yeah. And all he kept saying was he had funny thoughts.
Jessica. Jessica's our 7th member of Hill City Paranormal. So,
but it's really
please
easy
say
to pick
hello.
up. What's up, Jessica? It's real easy to pick up stuff like that. Me, of all people, never thought that something like that could happen. And mine was brief, but mine was only brief because I have so many people around me who know my personality. They know how I am, and they know to get me out of there. Jeremy's situation was very brief from what I could see on the show because he has so many people around him that know him and know his personality.
Right.
So if you're investigating with a team, it's real important that you're investigating with people you know and people know. Emily's another one who again, she was investigating a place that she investigated at probably 100 times and was in there for many, many hours and came home with an attachment, which brings me to another point following along the lines of what we're talking about.
I think we might be on the same wavelength. Let's see.
The places you investigate the most, the places you spend the most time at,
that you get the most comfortable at,
is the easiest places for you to pick up attachments at, in my opinion.
Right.
I don't know everything. As Brian Elder always used to say, I ain't the know all tell all of paranormal.
Brian Elder's in here.
Shout out Brian Elder, one of my favorite guitar pickers. But yeah, I don't know everything about the paranormal. I don't claim to. I may act like it or carry myself like it, but I don't. I don't know anything. But from my experience and my knowledge and from the data that I've gathered, the places that you investigate the most is the places that's easiest for you to pick up an attachment. This is a conversation that Ronnie Anderson and I have had. He investigated St. Albans, and Ronnie, if I'm talking too much or you don't want me to put this out there, I will. But he told us about him investigating St. Albans a lot. Then all of a sudden, it wasn't comfortable anymore. The same hallways that he was able to walk through anytime, any day, any night, for some reason, terrified him to walk down. Rainworth. I used to feel like going to Rainworth was like coming home. That's how comfortable I was at Rainworth. All of a sudden,
the energy
shifted at Rainworth, and I no longer felt comfortable going to the blacksmith shop. Even though I did go back in there, I've been back in there since and investigated since. It doesn't feel the same walking in there. And that's when I started to get something weird. I can't call it an attachment. I'm not going to call it a possession.
Something was affecting.
But something affected me in there briefly. So this is why, even at the locations that you investigate where you feel the most comfortable, that's when you really need to be the most alert. We all get alert walking into a new location, but it's the locations that you go to frequent are the ones that you need to feel the most. I can't remember who it was telling me that the reason why they don't investigate graveyards is because they got an attachment from one. And it's the one that we're most comfortable going to. So, I mean, those are the places that you need to go. That's where it was, the King Center, Ronnie. That's what.
Is that the hallway that the bat attacked me, Ronnie?
That's the one where we had 2 REM pods drain that night back to back.
Yes, the bat dive bombed my head.
The bat was like this big.
No, it wasn't. That was a whole vulture.
Y'all follow our paranormal page on TikTok if you got one. I'm going to post the video. Still got the video.
Post it.
Oh, the bat. The bat was this big at St. Albans.
Ain't no damn fruit bat. That thing was Dracula.
It was this big.
No, it won't. Jeremy said if I was a ghost, I'd definitely attach to Sean. Me too, like a backpack. Just hold on. Don't mean to change the subject. I hear they're bringing in physics to search for the missing coach from Big Stone Gap. Can they sense his energy if he's no longer with us?
Brian.
I'm sorry. Let me reread that because I think that I read that wrong. Psychics. To search for the missing coach from Big Stone Gap. Can they sense his energy if he is no longer with us?
Brian just brought up a bomb topic.
A true psychic, I believe, should be able to sense that he is no longer with us. I am not a psychic, so I cannot tell you how psychic mediumship works. But I don't know if I have any psychics in here. Who's in here? Let me see here. Who do I have in here? I don't have anybody. Jeremy, where's Jess? Tell Jess to jump on and answer this question for me.
Jeremy actually has a psychic on his team, Miss Jess Webb, who, again, I'm not a fan of psychics. a huge fan of them. I don't believe in a lot of them, but I've ran across a few that I believe
Or if
them
Rhonda's in here, Rhonda.
when they're talking to me, and Jess is one of them. Just from the stuff she's taught, the conversations I've had with her. Um, so Jess, that's a question for her, Rhonda, or Kim Sage. Those are the few that I ran into that I've talked to, and I lean towards what they're saying, just from the stuff
If one
they
of
said.
Brian, if one of them jumps in here, which I'm pretty sure one will, Rhonda normally jumps in here. I will absolutely readdress that question and see if I can't get you an actual
Brian,
answer from a psychic medium.
They typically they have used psychics before to solve cold cases. They've used them. I believe even the Ted Bundy case, they were using psychics for. A lot of
missing persons cases.
Yeah, a lot of historical serial unalivers.
We're not on TikTok. You're good.
Okay, we're not on TikTok. So a lot of serial killer cases, a lot of missing person cases. They use them.
He said, "I'm not a psychic, but I foresee Jess chasing her kids all around the house."
Yeah, Jess is one that I do believe in.
Yeah, cold cases. They do. Yeah. They bring in psychics a lot for a lot of cold cases. But from my understanding and just discussions that I've had with like Rhonda and Kim, that is a different ability, kind of like a different focus, so to speak. I don't know. But yeah, if one of them, Brian, if one of them hops in here, I absolutely will readdress that question for sure.
For shizzle.
So do you guys believe that as paranormal people we'll have some gift, or maybe we in the field are somewhat possessed due to our passion for what we do? I do not think that we are possessed because of our passion of what we do.
Courtney's possessed. See her in the morning.
Here we go. I'm a morning person. I know you are not talking about somebody being possessed in the morning. Sir,
nobody sees
you cannot speak to this man in the morning. And yes, Emily, where are you? Sean is not a morning person.
Trust Emily? Emily lies all the time.
No. Okay. I believe that paranormal investigating, how am I going to word this? I want to word this properly. I believe that paranormal investigating is a skill, an acquired skill set that involves some giftedness.
Giftedness.
That's what I'm going to say.
I believe that's a multiple part question. So I don't believe that we have a gift. I believe that there's some, I mentioned Kim Sage, Rhonda Harrison, and Jess Webb. I believe they have a gift. But I believe that, and I'm not even sure if it's a gift. I believe that we all, Kim Sage said something to me that makes a lot of sense. Everybody has the ability of mediumship, but some people choose to exercise it and work on it and learn it a little bit more than others. And that's why they have a little bit more of an ability than others. So that theory to me makes a lot of sense. However, I think that as a paranormal investigator, we're way more aware than the average person.
Yes.
And it's just kind of like we sense energy a lot better than other people because that's what we look for. We hunt for energy. I don't think that we always find ghosts. I think we find a lot of energy in places. So what's happening is we pick up on vibes a lot quicker from people.
For sure.
And you ever walk up and met somebody and all of a sudden you just know that you're not going to click with that person because you pick up on that energy. You pick up on all that. And I think that's what we have over a lot of people is that our ability to just sense that energy in the room. When we walk into a room, we feel a presence, or we walk into a room and feel no presence. That's something that we work on and constantly look for all the time. Also, I don't think none of us are possessed. I think possession is very rare. I think that even when we get an attachment or get something affecting us, is not the same as being as a possession. I think that things can manipulate our emotion and our energy.
For sure.
But I think that the word possession is overused in this field. And not saying that Ronnie is saying, overusing it. But what I'm saying is I think that watching YouTubers and content creators, they definitely tend to go to that word. I think that being affected in full on possession is night and day difference. So that's a good thought, though. That definitely made my brain hurt a little bit thinking about that answer.
So Jessica said, I don't think it's necessarily a gift, but I do think the more you investigate, the more sensitive and in tune you become to spirits and energy. Emily piggybacked off that and said, maybe our intuition and paying attention to our different senses and vibes around us. Jeremy co-signed it. So I agree. I agree with all of that. I have noticed that since I really have been like exercising, I guess, my skill in the field, that vibrations are real.
Absolutely.
Like when I go into a store and like somebody's vibes are off, I'm just like, I need this loaf of bread and I need to get the hell up out of here because something is not right in here right now. I noticed that I can't do a whole lot of people anymore. Too many different vibrations all at once, both low, both high, and it can get very stressful and very chaotic. And I feel like that kind of happens when investigating too. When there's a lot of spirits that are trying to come through and trying to communicate, I almost feel a sense of chaos, unease, kind of like stress. Like I'm just like, this is too much.
Ronnie, you actually did not use the wrong word. I think you brought up a very good point and used the right word. I think by asking that question, you allowed me to address a huge issue in this field. Again, the word possession. I think that people watch too many movies.
And we're actually not going to talk too much on it because next Tuesday we have a guest on and we're going to touch on that.
Yeah. Ronnie, I think your question was actually very well worded.
That is going to be a show y'all don't want to miss. Because our topic for next Tuesday is going to be entertainment versus evidence.
Ooh.
That's going to be an interesting one. We have some special guests joining us, and they have some very, very good insight into this. And I think you guys definitely want to tune on for that one. But yeah, Ronnie, it's crazy. Like people, a lot of crowds, things like that. But it can get crowded in a haunted location too. But check this out. I'm going to flip it as well. Sean and I actually did an experiment late July, all through August and a little bit into September, where we were trying to figure out why we hit for lack of better words, no pun intended, a dead spot in investigating. Okay. We were investigating and not getting a whole lot of evidence. And so we did a little experiment where we kind of just went by ourselves and investigated. God, I don't know how many locations I lost count. It was a lot. Because we really honestly were questioning if it was our energy. We live together. Obviously, we're together constantly. Like we've been together 14 plus years, best friends, partners in crime, whatever you want to call us. So we were thinking, okay, and then we're taking this into the paranormal field. Like maybe it's our energy. Like, we need to go 2 separate locations. If you're going to the 3rd floor, I'm going to the basement type deal. So we did a little experiment and we did some stuff with the team. We brought the kid along and then we did some stuff like by ourselves. And I will say, and then collaborated with other paranormal investigators during this time. And I will say that, more big pink hands. Hey, Benno.
What's up, Benno?
I got 2 big pink hands. Leah, you got some competition. Benno gave me 2 big pink hands.
Leah's going to fill the screen with pink hands.
Leah's going to give me 100 pink hands. I love it. But yeah, we found that like energy within the team and within like your surroundings and who you're with is a lot too, because we got some of our best evidence during this time. And when I say we're collabing with other people, we've got, a buddy from New Jersey that came down. We've got friends in Pennsylvania that we went over and investigated with them. We've got another team, shout out Dark Hollow, shout out Unique Paranormal 1.5. Like we investigated with all of them and got some phenomenal evidence. Hey, Tammy.
Hello, darling.
Yeah, Benno sent some flying hearts, some is that snails? What is that? Oh, it's a jamming out like little blue hands, like rock star.
Man, Benno.
Yep, you win. Aaliyah is the OG for the pink hand. I can't take that away from her. She is the OG big pink hand.
We've collaborated a lot with a lot of people
we
this
did.
year.
We did a lot. And I will say I loved it. I loved every minute of it because watching people's different investigative styles is fascinating to me. I learned a lot from other people. I learned new techniques. I learned about new equipment. We will touch on that. I did that at St. Albans and find out that St. Albans shuts down during public investigations, but alone it opens up when our team's the only people in the building. Now, Ronnie, on the flip side to that, let me ask you this, and then I don't know if you're thinking the same thing. St. Albans is very versed with Bedford Paranormal. We also, as hosting public events, notice that energy is everything. We give that spiel. Well, Sean gives that spiel in the beginning of every public event that we host. We say energy is everything. If you go in there with your arms folded, I don't believe in this shit. Ghosts aren't real. My old lady drugged me here. What the fuck ever. If you come in there with that attitude, if I don't want to talk to you like that living, what makes you think I want to talk to you like that dead? You know what I'm saying? So energy collaboration within a group is imperative. But St. Albans knows you guys, Ronnie.
I don't know. I've investigated with you, Ronnie. The few times you and I've worked together at St. Albans has been good. Yeah.
Matt Howard, Jason Hawes is trying to buy the Conjuring House. Thoughts?
My thoughts? I think it's good. I think it's a good thing. You know, the Conjuring House has a very bad reputation, but it's only amongst other paranormal investigators. And when the paranormal guys spew the drama out into the community, then it causes everybody to hate it. Me personally, it's another location that's still going to thrive and still going to be out there. Especially if a paranormal investigator with a name has it, I think the drama that keeps getting leaked out there is bullshit. People need to keep their drama. What happened to keeping your dirty laundry in the basket where it belongs? I hate the fact that all the tea gets leaked out on social media, and we don't know what's true and what's not. We don't know what's real. All we do is read an ad and then we run with it and say, oh, that's true. God forbid, if any dirt gets leaked out on me, I pray it doesn't, which I really don't care what people think of me. But if any dirt gets leaked out on me, that's going to be the first thing people run and tell and the first thing people run with. So the fact that Jason's buying it and he's a big name in the paranormal world, he's keeping another location out and it's helping the field. It's giving people another location to investigate. Because guess what? There's not many. In Lynchburg, there's none. The only place that you can investigate in Lynchburg is places that we're hosting events at right now that I know of. There's places surrounding Lynchburg, but in my area, there's nowhere to do it at. And we get shut down for trying to host events here all the time because of the place on the mountain. So
I love the snow, Tammy.
So, that's my opinion on it, though. Other people might have different thoughts. Some people hate the Conjuring House. Some people will argue that nothing ever happened there. Some people say that the land is haunted, not the house. So I've never been there. I can't tell you what's good, what's bad about it. I just look at it as there. I know people who've been there and said it was great. I know people who've gone there and said it sucked. So
Michelle said, why does Jason want to buy it so bad? I'm going to sum it all up. I'm going to be honest. I don't freaking know. Yes, I do. I'm a nosy person, so I do read.
That's good business.
I do read comments, but I am not versed enough to speak on the Conjuring House. A lot of teams are out here and they're gung-ho. They're putting out series on the Conjuring House drama. Me, I don't have enough to talk about the Conjuring House drama to put out an entire TikTok series on it. But what I can tell you, Michelle, is this. Conjuring House, previous owners didn't pay their mortgage. House went up to foreclosure. The original child from the haunting that happened, Andrea Perrin, reached out apparently personally via social media, pleading with Jason Hawes to purchase the Conjuring House because she did not want the next person to turn it into a paranormal circus, which is what a lot of what our topic is next Tuesday going to be about, entertainment versus evidence. Okay. So Andrea put out a personal plea to Jason to please buy it. Jason feeling bad and having a big heart. And this is what I'm gathering, guys. Again, this is me just plucking little pieces. So if there's in between that I'm missing, don't shoot me for it. In between, he said, I would love to buy it, but I don't have the money. Let's start a GoFundMe. Let's see how many people. Bam, puts up a GoFundMe and gets a buttload of money being sent in from all over the place. People are standing with Jason. They completely support him. Swoops in like a bunch of eagles. Here comes Elton Cassie and Matt Rife. Same people that just purchased the Warren's Occult Museum and their house. Okay. They swoop in, they go ahead and they buy the deed. What the deed does is that does not buy the actual house. That does not buy the mortgage. There is still a potential of a foreclosure on the property. All they did was buy the land deed. So it's my understanding right now that the house is still going to go up for auction and whoever the highest bidder is gets the house. But what Elton Cassie did was he stopped like some kind of legal process. So, and I'm not a lawyer, guys. I don't know. I try to stay out of it because it's too much. It's too much. I'm not the one buying it, so it's not my business. If I was the one buying it, I could have a whole Rolodex hour-long podcast on why I was buying it, but I'm not. So, with that being said, our fingers can only be crossed that Jason buys it, keeps it paranormal, protects its legacy, and doesn't turn it into an entertainment attraction.
And it becomes a place that people have a bucket list location. You know, in my opinion, Tala is a bucket list location for people. So is the Conjuring House. So is, it's a place people have a goal to go to.
Yeah. You know, Michelle, and for those that know us on a personal level, we speak a lot at Paracons, and we are just that upfront people.
Yep.
We don't have any secrets. I tell everybody, I'll say it loud, I'll say it proud. If you have a problem with me, call me on my cellular device. If you don't have my number, then you don't know me well enough to have a problem.
Bingo.
That's the way I look at it. Money, business side. I don't know.
The paranormal field has its business side to it. And that's where I think I'm glad you brought that up, Michelle. That's where a lot of people get their panties in a bunch with. Especially investigators. They get mad at locations for having a business side. Nothing's free. It costs money to have lights. It costs money to have running water. It costs money to do everything that people do. Now,
and things go wrong in houses, guys. The houses you live in, things go wrong.
Right. So I think there's such thing as price gouging.
Absolutely.
That's a problem. But you got to think of the location as well. There's not a problem with there being a business side because there is a business side to the paranormal field. So if every location could be free and we all just could go in at our own leisure and do it, absolutely, that'd be great. But that's not reality. We can't go to McDonald's and eat for free. So why do people expect to go investigate for free? So,
Yeah. James said if Jason controls a Conjuring house, it will not be a quote unquote faked haunted location. He believes that he respects the paranormal. I'm going to tell you why I genuinely respect Jason Hawes. Jason Hawes was on a major paranormal TV show. So when most people see people on TV, they think, oh, they're rich, they're bougie, they got millions, like they're too good, they're stuck up, they would never nothing. This dude works for Roto-Rooter. Y'all hear me? This dude will come and plunge shit out of your toilet and is like proud of it. He works a full-time job. And I respect that. He doesn't act too good to clean up other people's shit. Because that's what he does for a living.
He could just make a living showing up at Paracons, charging everybody $100 for a picture.
Right. What's up, LT Elliott? Yes, he still works for
Roto-Rooter. My cousin LT, y'all.
That is
my other favorite guitar player.
Yeah. So, guys, again, like I said, next Tuesday, you don't want to miss that show, Entertainment versus Evidence. We're going to break down all the nitty gritty. We're going to probably lose some followers.
Yeah, we are fully warning y'all that we are going to lose
no
some
bars
followers.
Held. We don't care.
Next week.
We love y'all. We don't want to lose you. We hope that everybody that joins our podcast 100% understands that we are all adults here and everybody's entitled to their opinion.
For the same reason you like us might be the same reason why you hate us.
And the coolest part is about Tuesday's podcast, guys, is I have no idea where the people we're interviewing stand on this. I have like an inkling, but I didn't deep dive for a reason. And I didn't do that because I want to make dialogue. So where there's good dialogue, there's good conversation, there's room for comments, concerns, questions, and things like that. If I deep dive and find out that we're all four on the same page,
it'll be a very boring show.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that they bring the smoke, so to speak. I love a good, healthy debate. I like to also learn about the opposite opinions. I like it because I've had people come at me who don't agree with me, and I've ended up agreeing with their points in the end. Like, okay, that makes sense. Sometimes it takes somebody else breaking it down a different way for you to understand it too. I will try to be on time next week. Hey, Kim, tell her we said hello. Emily, I love that y'all keep it real. Thanks, Em. We try.
Right. Emily.
We try. We hold our integrity, honesty. Yeah, we hold our integrity and our honesty very high on the totem pole for sure. What you smoking there? And who's he calling boy?
I was going to say, where's the boy at?
Yeah, this is a whole man. You see this beard right here?
Oh, ain't no beard here. I can't grow one.
Yes, you can.
LT has me beat on that one.
But yeah, guys, there is a big difference. Like I said, thank you, Michelle, between entertainment and evidence. And like Sean said too, I want to piggyback. I would love to be able to just say that all paranormal locations are free to investigate. We can go in, collaboratively collect evidence, and sit down and put it all together and kind of piece it and see if we get the ultimate answers that we as paranormal investigators are looking for. But unfortunately, people can't. Howie. Sorry, I had to do it. It was a thing. It had nothing to do with Howie. I realized he was in here.
Yeah.
My bad.
Howie.
It was a reel I saw the other day.
You gotta send it to him.
I do. I've got to send it to you, Howie. But
we love Howie.
Anyway, if we all in a dream world, we all would go into a location of our choosing, collect data, collect evidence, and then sit down at like one mass hub, put it all together collectively, pinpoint it scientifically, and then come up with the answer that we've all been seeking to the number one question. Is there life beyond the grave? Is there life on the other side? But unfortunately, egos get in the way. His poor attitudes get in the way.
REM pods going off gets in the way.
Sean gets in the way. No, in all seriousness, egos, piss poor attitudes, uppityness, all that just gets in the way. And then you have these locations that are price gouging. So it makes it hard. And then again, without going too deep into stuff, it's a snowball, it's a domino effect all the way down. And we somehow in the paranormal collaborative world lost sight of what our original goal was.
And not all locations are haunted. I will say.
What?
Yeah. Just because a K2 goes off doesn't mean that there's a ghost. Because a REM pod goes off doesn't mean that it's a ghost. I hate to tell you that, but I'm watching a lot of content where a REM pod or K2 goes off and I hate to tell you that, but there's a lot of locations that I watch and I'm like, man, Not everything's a ghost, y'all.
Jost.
A jost. LT, we're no longer family. You haven't come by here. Oh yeah, I need to call LT. Answer the phone. I'm gonna call you after the show. I need to holler at you. I just had a real good idea. I had a real good idea today while I was getting my deer meat. I was like, damn, I need to call LT.
But yeah, guys, it's it's hard out here for a pimp.
You know, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Paranormal Pimps. I'm gonna start it.
That's our new team name. Paranormal Pimps.
I'm gonna start a new
Put LT as the mascot.
Podcast. Paranormal Pimps, and the motto is gonna be "Investigating ain't easy."
Emily. Emily, yes, you are correct.
Yes.
Why is it, y'all? Those of y'all who are still in here, why is every location have a demonic now? Why is everything a damn demon?
Well, I mean, I had a whole conversation with somebody earlier. I'm not going to put her business out here right now, but just because I don't have permission to do so. But we had a whole conversation earlier. It's now going from demonic to elementals.
Why is everything? What happened to things? It would be a good experiment to find a place with claims that have never been investigated. Get together and put it all on the table. So, Ronnie, we had a location where we were actually going to do that. I was actually literally getting ready to call you a while back and ask you to be a part of a team that I was going to put together to do that at, and then shit happened. But yeah, that is a good idea. But there's a new location I still might do that at.
I judge a location by personal experience only. You're right about K2, but equipment is helpful and a lot more fun. James, I'm with you on that. At the end of the day, Sean, okay, a lot of us do like the beep, 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 and the flashing lights and the trip going off and this, that, and the third. Why? Because it makes you turn your head. Why? Because you're trying to figure out what made it go off.
Who does that sound like?
And stuff like that. So that is why I like all the beepy blinky stuff. Like? I don't know, because you don't like shit.
Look, I use
it's
these same pieces of equipment from time to time. I do.
Trying to make this money.
All I'm saying is, just because that stuff goes off doesn't mean it's a ghost.
REM pods and K2 spin.
All right.
Got a whole bunch of ghosts jumping shit.
All I'm saying is,
I can't sing, y'all. I don't know.
If you're going to use these pieces of equipment that like to beep and make noise, just make sure it's accurate. That's all I'm saying.
LT, can we get in there? Don't bring it up if I can't get in there. I want to go in there.
Yeah, LT, get us in there. Make yourself useful.
The night Chris's soul pods went off was awesome. You know what? I'm going to bring that up.
I was happy for y'all when that went off.
I love when people's homemade creations. Soul patch.
I meant soul.
That's what you grow when you use Soul Glow.
No, that's not what a soul patch is.
What's a soul patch? Do I need to
when
Google
you have just this with nothing else?
Oh, that's an actual thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
You all right?
Yeah, I was just.
You acting like a crackhead.
I was checking.
You good?
Checking myself. All right. Yes. Homemade pieces of equipment going off always will make me so happy. It makes my heart happy because blood, sweat, and tears goes into making homemade equipment, guys. So when it goes off, that's awesome. I believe if you're looking for evil, you will find it. Michelle, bingo. And that goes back to, do ghosts feed off your energy?
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Why is it that all of a sudden ghosts just aren't good enough no more? Locations are now having demons, big giant centipedes, damn fairies.
I want to see a fairy.
All kind of shit. Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger?
What is going on in the paranormal world? I get it. Content. People don't want to see ghosts no more. But does it have to be demonic? Why not just start using AI and creating shit flying around? Why has it got to be demons? I don't understand that. I really don't get it. And then you go to these places looking for the demon and it's not there. I just explained to you what it was.
But how does LT know? Ronnie, I want to take part in that experiment. I love to compare experiences about locations. Ronnie said most definitely.
Experiments are great. What's his name? Howie. Damn, I'm getting old.
Howie
and I and you, Howie and I have had this experiment that we've had going on for a while now. And the data we've collected from said experiment, which I can't really talk about out loud right now. But yeah.
Hey, Amy.
The data,
thanks for popping
as long as you're documenting the data that you take from these experiments. See, when you have experiments, you got to have the data collected behind it. What is your overall outcome of an experiment? Experiments are great. I'm fully supportive of them. But, you know, Courtney and I have a certain experiment that we're doing. And
oh, yeah, I forgot you're his cousin.
That's right.
You're just the albino version.
We have a certain experiment that we're doing, and we're collecting constant data on it. And the data that we're collecting is consistent.
Colors.
And we're trying to, it has to do with colors. And we're trying to figure out, we're now expanding it to different locations, and we're trying to expand it to a third location at this point. But, you know, make sure you're collecting data when you're doing that. You're writing down the data. You're taking evidence. Best way to collect data is pulling out one of these. Your camera. Why I have 4 cameras sitting on the desk right here? I don't know.
I don't know either. It came in handy when I was on my Zoom meeting though earlier, because I was like talking about a camera or whatever, and I like just picked one up because I was like this.
Yeah, I've got like 4 cameras sitting.
But guys, again, next Tuesday, entertainment versus evidence. Our guests are, why am I blanking on this? Paranormal Empire, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here, live. You don't want to miss it.
If your feelings are sensitive about the paranormal,
going to be epic.
If you're sensitive and your feelings get hurt easily, please join us.
We may need to like make a new podcast intro. Like,
I don't need no disclaimer. If you're sensitive and your feelings get hurt easily, and you're very passionate about your beliefs and you don't want to change them, please join us. It'll be a good filter.
Yeah, we're here to change your mind. I'm just kidding.
No, seriously. If you're sensitive, please join. Again, you'll see that the reason.
Thanks, Brian.
We keep it real. But we are letting you know it's okay to disagree, y'all. It's okay. There's plenty of paranormal people that I investigated with that I don't agree with. You don't have to agree with everybody. There's plenty of y'all.
We've investigated with skeptics.
Yeah, there's plenty of people in the chat that probably don't agree with half the shit that I say.
Right.
That investigate with me. And it's okay. We don't have to all agree.
I don't agree with half the shit he says.
As long as we all get results and we move the field along, that's all that's important.
That's right. But guys, again, 9 p.m., head on over to the Rift Nation Network. Jump on, support the freaking awesome paranormal show. Rhonda Harris, and I believe Ryan has a stand-in host tonight, Howie Odell with ASPS, and one of the founders of the Rift Nation Network. So definitely jump on over to their podcast here right in about 31 seconds, 29 seconds. I can't count. But next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the other side.